All right, let's talk about the 4 biggest mistakes that can absolutely sink a freelance career. I mean, these are the traps that almost everyone falls into, but you don't have to. So let's dive right in. Oh man, the freelance dream. You can just picture it, can't you? Swapping that boring old cubicle for a cool coffee shop, ditching the morning commute for a little extra sleep. It's all about that promise of freedom, right? It's what pulls so many of us in. But here's the reality check. That freedom, it's not free. Not by a long shot. It's actually earned through some really solid business practices. Because see, you're not just a writer or a designer anymore. Nope, you're a business owner. And if you forget that crucial piece, that dream, well, it can fall apart. And fast. And that brings us to the first, and honestly, the most dangerous pitfall of them all, the money trap. Seriously, this is where most freelance dreams go to die. Does this sound familiar? You have an amazing month, right? The invoices get paid, you're feeling good, but then you check your bank account and poof, it's just gone. And you're sitting there scratching your head wondering, where in the world did all that money go? Okay, here's the absolute core of the problem. That big, beautiful number you quoted the client? Yeah, that's not your salary. That's your revenue. Your actual take-home pay is what's left after you pull out business expenses and, drumroll please, the big one, taxes. And trust me, the difference can be seriously shocking. So, let's plug these leaks, shall we? Rule number 1, and this is non-negotiable, set aside 25 to 30% of every single payment for taxes. I mean it, no exceptions. Then you've got to price your work correctly, get those invoices out on time, and track every single business expense. If you let any of these slide, your financial boat is going to start taking on water fast. All right, so once you've got your money situation sorted out, you can focus on where that money comes from, your clients. But, oh boy, managing them brings a whole new set of challenges. We're calling this one the client conundrum. Okay. If you ever hear these words, or anything even remotely like them, I want you to see a giant flashing red flag. This isn't just someone asking for free work. It's a huge sign that a client doesn't respect your expertise. This is the slippery slope where unclear expectations and weak boundaries start, and believe me, it is a fast track to total burnout. The solution? It's actually pretty simple. A rock-solid contract. And look, this isn't about being difficult or mean. It's about being a professional. It has to cover 4 key things. 1, exactly what you are going to deliver. 2, a clear timeline. 3, the payment terms. And 4, and this one is so crucial, how many rounds of revisions are included. I'm telling you, this one document can save you from almost every common client headache. Awesome. So you have a contract, you're getting paid. Now you just have to, do the work, right? Well, not so fast. That leads us right into mistake number 3. The productivity puzzle. Whoa. Okay, this chart right here, it's a major reality check for every single freelancer out there. Just look at it. The actual client work, the thing you're actually getting paid for, is often less than half of your time. And you know why? Because you're also the salesperson, you're the bookkeeper, and you're the project manager. If you don't plan for all that other stuff, you're going to feel like you're constantly playing catch up. And a huge chunk of that time you're not getting paid for? It gets eaten alive by this nasty little productivity killer called scope creep. It always starts so innocently, with a little, hey, could you just quickly, and before you even know what's happening, you're doing double the work for the exact same amount of money. So how do you stop it? How do you fight back? Well, you don't need some fancy new tool or a complicated system. You just need to go back to your best weapon in this whole fight. That rock-solid contract we talked about, the deliverables you defined in there, that's your shield. And that brings us to our final section, the one that really ties everything else together. Because the biggest mistake of all, it's not about money or clients or time. It's a mental one. It's forgetting that you're a business. Listen, this right here, this is the most important mindset shift you will ever make. Your identity. It's not just about the skill you sell. When you think of yourself as just a freelancer, you're automatically putting yourself in a passive role, kind of just waiting for someone else to give you directions. This is the shift. You aren't just a freelancer. You are the chief executive officer of You Incorporated. You're the one handling finance, marketing, strategy, and operations. The moment you adopt this mindset, you stop thinking like an employee and you start acting like a true business owner, one who makes smart, strategic decisions.
So look, the real takeaway here isn't just some checklist of things to avoid. It's about a fundamental shift in how you see yourself. You are not just a freelancer. You are the CEO. And that really only leaves one question, doesn't it? What's your next